Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea, hope you're all well. So I'm here on the Chapman Guitars YouTube channel today to talk to you about the difference between the standard and the pro range and give you a little bit of a demonstration of that as well. So of course, there are two ranges now. We've got the standard range, which is, I suppose we intended it to be an improvement of the previous Korean range. So I'm sure some of you guys own those guitars, and what we wanted to do was make them a little bit more lightweight, just improve the quality, improve the parts, and just add a load of new features to those guitars that we wanted. So in one sense we wanted to accommodate those on a tighter budget, but then with the pro range we wanted to provide to those that have got a bit more money to spend with something as high spec as we could possibly get away with. So with the factory we wanted to make sure we had premium parts, you know, everything from the frets and the tuners and the construction, just to make sure that when you were parting with that money you felt you were buying a premium guitar. So that's the difference between the two in a nutshell. I'm holding the Ml1 Pro Modern, and this is a brilliant guitar for the money, and some of my favourite features about it firstly are we've got the stainless steel frets which feel really good under your fingers, on top of which we've got things like locking hip shop tuners which are open gear for a little bit of class. We've got this beautiful three-piece neck through construction which, to be fair to it, looks absolutely amazing with the two mahogany wings on either side. In this guitar we've got Chapman Stentorian humbuckers which are voiced specifically for the Ml1 Pro Modern, but then we also have the Stentorian Zero humbuckers which are specifically voiced for the Ml1 Standard Modern. And the difference being, you know, different pickups entirely, but also we tried to voice them similarly to each other. Things like the outputs are going to be different. So, you know, that's something we wanted to make sure when you were buying a standard range you were also going to get a great sounding guitar. So I'll demonstrate that. So this is the Ml1 Pro Modern, as you just heard. Absolutely love it. It's really easy to play. As soon as you pick it up, you can shred, you can riff, do whatever you need to do on it, and it's solid. Stays in tune as well, which is lovely. And just generally speaking, it's a nice, easy guitar to play. I like where the controls are laid out. We made sure that it was nice and ergonomic for the player and made sense. You know, that's the main thing, that it makes sense when you pick it up and play it, because we want it to be a gigging guitar. Much like the Ml1 Standard Modern, which I'll play for you now. So there is the Ml1 Standard Modern. What a guitar. I mean, it sounds and plays amazingly well. Again, you've just heard it. Really easy to play. You know, I tuned it up, had a quick chop, and really satisfied. If you're a guitarist that's on a tight budget, you want a reliable, solid guitar, then I would recommend looking into the Chapman Standard range, because you know, what we wanted to make sure was that we had solid, reliable tuning, stability, well-playing guitars, and that's where we focused our attention on first and foremost. So we wanted to make sure the neck profiles, you know, the feel of the fretboards, you know, the feel of the guitar, the sound of the pickups was where we wanted to put all our, you know, development into. And also things like having, you know, a veneer top, and also it being hard lacquer. It's a bolt-on guitar as well, as you can see, and we don't use locking tuners on these, but we developed our own tuners just to make sure that, you know, all those things were taken care of. And again, at the end of the day, you'd find out for yourself if you picked up this guitar and had a little chop on it. Feels awesome and sounds awesome. So yeah, really impressive. And the other cool thing is that, you know, on the Pro guitar, we've done a 5-way where you've got a couple of different blending options in the pickups in positions 2 and 4, whereas on the standard guitar, you've actually got a traditional 3-way and a coil split, so you can get those jangly, clean stratty tones as well, if you so choose to. So that was the Ml1 Standard Modern on a cleaner tone, and I was jumping between coil split and middle position to get a really glassy, kind of spanky tone from it, you know that? Sounds absolutely lovely, and then again having a warmer, thicker kind of neck pickup tone for a couple of bluesy phrases. The thing I like about the pickups are they're nice and warm sounding, you know, jumping on that neck just then, you know, you do get a nice warmth and a bit of articulation from it, but it, you know, it's chewy in a nice way. And also having that middle position coil split tone, nice and glassy, and I really, really enjoy that. Definitely would be good for many a different style of music. So let's check out the Ml1 Pro Modern on the clean tones. So what you heard there was just positions 2 and 4 on the Chapman Ml1 Pro Modern, and what we tried to do here is, you know, have essentially a 5-way that gave you bridge, position 2 gave you the outer coils of both pickups, position 3 being both on all the time, position 4 being the inside coils on each pickup, and then position 5 of course being the neck. And something that we thought was, I guess, you know, a bit of a premium feature because the wiring inside is quite complex, but it does mean that you get loads more voices out of your pickups. You know, splitting them down is great, of course, and that is a useful feature, which you could add if you wanted to afterwards, but we really like the idea of having position 2 and 4 as a different style of blend for the pickups, and I find them really usable tones, you know. Particularly if you're doing clean stuff, they just lend themselves to dynamic playing, and you can get a lot more spice out of your guitar depending on the tone that you choose to use it with. So now you've heard both guitars, you've heard the Standard and the Pro in a clean and overdriven setting, and I hope that's helped some of those out there that may be thinking, what am I in for if I buy the Standard, or what am I in for if I buy the Pro? Hopefully this video has helped because I've kind of tried to demonstrate the differences tonally and visually and everything else that goes into it. I think these guitars are awesome. For the money, I think both guitars are going to provide you with what you need: solid, stable, great sounding and great playing guitars with no compromises, and that's important. If you want my personal opinion, because of course I believe in that and I think it's worth me sharing it with you, if I was going to get one of these two, I would absolutely go for the Pro, purely based on aesthetic. I love the carved top. I think it looks really, really tasty, and also I sweat a lot on stage, so I like the satin finish because my arm's not going to stick to the guitar. But to be honest, that's all aesthetics. It's got nothing to do with the playability or the sound, because I think they both sound awesome. So what can I say? I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful to you. Please like, subscribe and share to the Chapman Guitars YouTube page. If you want to hit the little bell button next to the subscribe button, it's going to give you notifications whenever we upload something else. In any case, I've been Rabea, and I'll see you very soon.